here we are on Antiga Shipyard, and down the lower left-hand corner we have our red Terran player from Prime. Third Terran player used out of 4 players in total. It's Byun. His opponent here in the upper right-hand corner, winning 3 games in a row, looking for his 4th. It is StarTale.PartinG, our blue Protoss.
And PartinG is showing Hyun-like levels of
dominance.
dominance here in this first match here between StarTale and Prime. And we talked about the standings a little bit earlier. StarTale sitting at 0-1 after a 5-4 loss to LG Incredible Miracle. They are really, really looking for that first win, and PartinG is just off to an amazing start. Obviously, StarTale has some other amazing players. Curious is one that comes to mind very quickly. Bomber as well. So we'll see as they continue on who actually ends up getting used. Byun obviously has to try and put a dent in StarTale. I mean, Creator most likely going to be the ace, but as many wins as Byun can get certainly will help them in this situation. Yeah,
realistically, and with a player of his caliber, I mean, he's got to win like 2-3 games in a row for them to, I don't want to say have a chance, but I mean, if he goes down right now, you're up to your final player. I mean, you can't really say that you want to go for one of your Zerg players when you still have Creator on the bench, but you've got to throw a different look at PartinG. Hopefully Byun can provide it.
Yeah, we'll see as we continue on. It looks like he's not going to be super aggressive, just that one barracks, no 11-11, no proxies, no crazy stuff like that.
No gas
Still
even.
No gas, yeah, so it makes me think, obviously, quick command center again.
Oh, yeah.
So PartinG is going to scout this out. If he gets a look at the, the place where refinery should be. Nope. Looks like Byun is actually going to lock him out for good, and he's going to put enough health on that supply depot that it won't be killed by a probe.
Yeah, or at least it won't be killed immediately. And the SCV already took a little bit of damage, so it's going to scoot away while another SCV comes to take its spot. So a little bit of trickery there from Byun, but he does clean things up, and he'll be able to start building the supply depot as well.
A little switcheroo is going to keep PartinG out long enough to not be able to see the gases, and Byun might have to run away a second SCV. Now he is actually going to get the SCV back to safety, and Byun will just use that first one to complete some scouting on PartinG. He's going to see 2 gas by the time he gets there, and as Cybernetics Core just about finished.
Yeah, so a lot of gas, but this still could very well be a one gate sentry expand. It could also be relatively quick Blink Stalkers off of an expansion or something along those lines. Blink Stalkers work so well on this map.
Yep, there's the command center coming up for Byun now, and not sure what PartinG is doing. He might want to go hide some tech. He's way up in the top spawn there. Could potentially hide a pylon Stargate. Not sure. Let's see. I don't really know. It's a fishy location for a probe to be hiding.
It is a fishy location, but the probe's not found yet. He's not put down anything either. Pylon. There we go. There's a pylon.
So it could be a warp-in spot, obviously, that is going to cut the run distance and keep them a little bit more concealed. He doesn't have to run through the middle this way, obviously past the Zelnaga Tower. So it looks like he could be going for some sort of aggressive build. He hasn't dropped a Nexus yet. He's already dropped this mysterious pylon. Could be a Stargate, but no, he's actually going to build a robotics facility in his base.
Yes.
So I'm still curious what this pylon could be.
Okay, well, robotics facility and that. Oh, he's gearing up for something here. Twilight Council, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Twilight Council.
All right, so DTs?
Yeah, it could very well be DT drop or something like that.
All right, like I just said, I wanted to see some Warp Prism play, so if it is, if it happens to be Warp Prism DTs, so be it. Byun has not really prepared yet for Dark Templar, no engineering base super fast or anything like that. He will have 2 orbitals for scans if that is indeed what goes on here, and it looks like that is most likely going to be the case. Still working off that 1 gateway. Now 3.
Oh.
Interesting that he will put them in the proxy location as well.
So he's going to hide this base up here, or force a scan out of his opponent, because he'll be able to kill this SCV with the Stalkers before that happens. And if his opponent scans, he's going to see a gateway, and he's going to see a robo. And there's nothing really wrong with that.
Interesting. He needs to kill this SCV, though. Okay.
4-gate proxy blink. Interesting.
4-gate proxy blink, not Dark Templar, but if he does get that warp prism going after this first observer, that could still be pretty fun, being able to warp in on the spot with blink. Antiga Shipyard is a great map for blink because you do have so many areas where you can blink up safely. Obviously, the observer is just going to act as a spotter once all these gateways are done. They do have warp gate tech already finished. Oh, it's just another pylon. I thought it was a small gateway warping in up there, but either way, Byun, he's got his supply depot in the smoke, so at least if a warp prism were to show up, he'd be a little bit covered, but I think this is totally going to come down to the number of stalkers PartinG wants to commit to.
All right, well, how many does he have on the field? 7 at the moment. And looks like they're starting to warp in a little bit closer. The observer is in perfect position to be able to deal with this. Does Byun see that? Oh, man, that shimmer is just on the very edge of his vision.
It's about 10 pixels worth of shimmer for the cloaked unit. It is also a detector, obviously, but I wonder why they don't put the word stealth or cloaked like on the actual unit. I guess it's not even a buff anymore. Oh, yeah, it is a buff, actually, on the bottom right. So the first blink up, he is going to actually pull all of his SCVs to try and deal with this. There is a pylon nearby, but it's not close enough to warp in with. So Parting is going to actually have to blink everything back on the low ground. Of course, he's still spotting with the observer. He needs to get that out of there just in case Byun, realizes, hey, he's got an observer. I'm going to scan and kill it. He does have enough for a scan as well. So if he does take out the observer, that will stop or at least slow down heavily this aggression from Parting. Parting going for the tap glab that almost has Stim finished.
Oh, that's huge. Stim goes down. It was only 15 seconds away, and that really sets Byun back.
Wow, so Parting not building anything, no more probes. He is actually committing quite a lot to this Blink Stalker attack. It looks like he did get the observer, so these Stalkers, he's going to need to keep at least one up there if he's going to be able to blink up. Does he even realize it? Come on, what are you going to do? He's just going to keep his Stalkers alive. No more blinks up. He's actually just going to back them off and very nearly lost another one, so actually kind of surprising. He's actually still alive with that Stalker if he can manage to sneak past these bio units with a blink. Nope. As I say, it gets taken out. I thought he could have a chance, but 15 workers killed for Parting. That's so many. I didn't even realize it was that many pulled off the line and killed there.
So Parting going to try and do some damage here up the front and pick off this bunker. He may be able to get it. He does.
Ooh,
that's pretty bad, honestly, for Byun. So Parting backing up. He's had pretty good Stalker control so far, but he's certainly made a few mistakes. And the army for Byun is getting quite large.
Yeah, and Byun, I mean, despite losing that Stim research, he has already started it once more. He is at a 22 supply lead. He has 50% more units on the field than his opponent, Parting. But Parting does have the lovely advantage of being able to blink back when his units are in danger. There's nothing Byun can really do about that. He doesn't have medevacs or anything like that. Oh, big blink up again now that the observer is back. He's going to go for that Stim pack again, and he is definitely going to get it.
Yeah, very well done. He loses another Stalker. He's got to make sure he doesn't lose too many more units here, especially because Byun's been doing a good job of picking off units on the low ground when they retreat. God, oh, those Stalkers are so low. But still, Parting's powering ahead.
Yeah, now that Parting has Stim pack killed off again, he's got to be feeling pretty good. He does still have a slight disadvantage in supply, and Byun does have quite a lot of units still standing with this observer. Providing the vision on the high ground means that Parting could at any time jump right back in and go for some additional tech, so Byun's forces are split. He has to keep some inside the main just in case these Stalkers hop back up, but now it's going to be on Parting just to keep these units alive, continue trying to pick off Marines and things like this supply depot to be able to keep Byun busy, basically, keep him
Parting is putting everything into this, though. This has to work for him, and he is picking off a couple more units here, and once again makes his way in. And I feel like the Benny Hill theme is going on or something like that. Yakety sax as he picks off the Stim pack every time.
Oh, now he got 2 add-ons and more SCV kills and blinked out of there with only losing, I think, 1 Stalker right at the beginning of that little attack, but the bunker cannot get completed, and the Stalker numbers are rising. Byun's still not really doing a whole lot other than building Marines and Marauders. He's trying to keep an advantage here off of his 2 bases while Parting's still on 1, but the blinks back, just keeping these Stalkers alive for so long.
Okay, well, Parting is, the big advantage too is that Stim has had no presence in this game whatsoever. I don't even know if there's tech in place here. Does he have anything in the air? No, he doesn't. He's down to just 10 Marauders, and that's it for forces. Parting may actually be able to turn the tide here. Yeah,
Parting actually is gaining. He's got a supply lead for the first time since that first attack, and actually Byun having to pull so many SCVs and actually losing so many SCVs throughout this fight is unable to replace them fast enough, unable to keep up on unit production. 35 workers killed, and Parting is just doing all the right targeting with these SCVs, all the right blinks back to keep them alive, and the orbital command is burning.
Wow, I actually can't believe this. I mean, Byun had a lot of units in position. Parting was still able to find a way to make it through, though he blinks directly on top of his opponent. There's an awfully aggressive blink. He better make sure that he has enough units to pull this off. But now it's 29 supply and falling at the moment for Byun.
Yeah, no real fighting units on the field anymore. Parting can kill these Marines so quick with just a single volley, and Byun knows he's done. GG, and Parting takes a 4-0 lead for StarTale.
You can't put Terrans against Parting. and expect to live. That's 3 of them he's killed. That's 4 players for Prime that have gone down, and Prime is now down to their last player of the match.
That's 4 incredibly good players. I mean, Classic had a kind of a weird, wonky game, but Maru, Marine King, and Byun all taken out with, you know, straight up games, and PartinG's just happened to best all 3 of them amazing Terran players. So it looks like the final player for Prime, not going to be Boong Boong.
No, it's not going to be Boong Boong. It is going to be Creator. No real surprise there, but he doesn't just have to kill PartinG. He's got to kill a lot of guys after that. So that include very strong players from every race. So this is an uphill task. This is the tallest of orders, as we like to say, for Creator.
That's right. And I mean, this is actually another rematch. This one being a lot more recent. The WCS Korea Finals, Creator actually beat PartinG in that series. I believe it was 3-2, so they are pretty evenly matched. And there's a chance that PartinG could possibly all kill Prime.
Yeah, but
be pretty ridiculous.
Speaking of all kills, PartinG's just 1 game away from doing that.
Yeah, well, that's what I.
Yes.
That's why I brought it up.
Good,
because he's like 1 game away from doing that.
That's
anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just go to a break.